All right, so final workout of the second week of the fall cut. As always, we'll get started with the Bible verse of the day. Today's Bible verse comes from Jude chapter 1 verse 22, and have mercy on those who doubt. Very short Bible verse here obviously, so a quick interpretation would be um, you know pretty straightforward here. Having mercy on people who doubt that God is real and that God is alive and that people make several jokes, make fun of it, um, just think that it's something that's made up, not real. When there's literally, not that this is exactly why, um, that it's true, that it's the truth, the one truth. There's obviously a lot of proof, a lot of real evidence about it. I could sit here and list it off, but I'm not gonna do that obviously. But it's the biggest thing is always forgiving other people, no matter what it is. Not even just this in this circumstance, in this situation. Just always being merciful, always forgiving other people, no matter what. And that can be really hard. But the biggest thing is always being forgiving, and just with that, just doing the right thing. So workout wise, calves and arms as always. We'll start with calves, get in the triceps, and then finish with biceps, a little bit of forearms as well at the end, and then we'll finish with some core, um, as always. So yeah, man. I mean, 2 weeks in, I'm going to be posting a full day of eating um, at the end of today, just to show you guys what I'm eating on the cut, as that's obviously much different than what I ate on the bulk. And then the next bulk, we'll do a couple videos of that as well, just to show you guys what I eat that can hopefully influence you to kind of see what kind of meals, recipes that I use. You guys can use them as well and help you reach your goals. So I'll see you guys in there for the lift. All right, so we'll get started with calves as always. And this week we jumped up in weight here by 10 pounds, just adding 5 to each side. So 245s and 25s on there. So obviously, whenever I'm jumping up in weight, um, the thing for me is not counting the reps. I'm just focusing more on, you know, um, the reps themselves. Just putting my mind on the reps and just going as hard as I can. Instead of just counting there and just kind of going through the motions. That's not what you want to do. But what I'm saying is, when I'm jumping up in weight for that first time, I'm going to expect to get, in this case, the 15 to 30 rep range. I'm expecting to get probably between 15 and 20 reps. So I kind of know that's what's probably going to happen, but I'm not even going to count. I'm just going to go in there and I'm just going to go 110% and just squeeze out as many reps as I possibly can and go to absolute failure and even go past failure with a few partials. So we'll do a couple warm-up sets, and then here we're doing our top set. Just one top set here for calves. Yeah, keep it simple. Don't need to overdo it, and just make sure we're going as hard as we can. So that's the main thing. All right, so now we'll get into some arms. We'll start with triceps as always. And the first movement will be the push down with the V-bar here. And also with this, we jumped up in weight this week, so expecting to get more in that lower half of the rep range, 5 to 9 reps, probably expecting between, I'd say, 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 usually. That just makes sense with it, pretty common sense stuff. But yeah, biggest thing here is, I think before I was kind of hunched over a little bit too much with my shoulders and wasn't as stable as I possibly should be, using a little bit of momentum instead of just really putting all the focus and tension on the triceps. So made that adjustment this week. I think the form was definitely better, so happy about the adjustments there. All right, so second and last movement for triceps will be the over-exaggerated skull crushers. So with this, we're doing the same weight as the past week or last week, and the adjustment here, form-wise, is I didn't think I was controlling the weight as best as I could last week when doing these. So just trying to control the weight better here and just get as much of a full contraction in the over-exaggerated position here, if that makes sense. What I'm doing is I'm not, bringing the bar in kind of in front of my face as you would do in a traditional skull crusher. These are over-exaggerated. So what I mean by that is we're focusing more on that deeper stretch and going behind the head and not even bringing it above our face at all. We're staying back in that behind the head position. All right, so now we'll get into some biceps and forearms. So I want to make note here that whenever I'm doing the preacher hammer curls here, we're mainly focusing on the brachialis muscle, and the brachialis muscle is around the elbow, so it's involving part of the forearm and biceps. So technically this is a forearm and bicep movement. And even with curls, I mean, you're still going to get tension on your forearms, so technically those still hit forearms as well, but more so this, a lot of more tension there on the brachialis muscle on the forearm and the bicep as well. So this is just a really good movement. Doing this kind of variation, I've been able to feel more tension and just focus more on the muscle itself without having to use any momentum really. So I would definitely suggest throwing this in your guys' routine. All right, so going forward in the workout, for the preacher curls, forgot to mention this. For the preacher curls, we just do one warm-up set, then one top set. The only movement going forward here that we're doing more than one top set is this movement here, the dumbbell incline curls. So we'll do 2 top sets here. So one warm-up set, feel set if you want to call it that, and then 2 top sets with the heaviest weight that we're doing for the 5 to 9 rep range, going to absolute failure. And then after this, we'll do some barbell curls and then the reverse curls as always. But here, the biggest thing is controlling the weight here, but at the same time, we don't want to just do a lighter weight. Even though we're on the cut, we want to keep the weight as high and continue to progress every few weeks, every couple weeks, and just really control the weight here as best as possible. And a little bit of a pause there at the bottom. Could definitely maybe pause a little bit for another second or so. The pause could definitely be a little bit longer, but end of the day, intensity of everything, the form, I think, is where it needs to be, and don't have to make any drastic adjustments. So in a good spot with this movement, and looking forward to progressing with this going forward. All right, so barbell curls, 1 warm-up set, and then 1 top set with these. And the thing with this is standing against the wall is helping to avoid any momentum usage with the rest of our body and to just focus more on the targeted muscle, being the biceps here, obviously. When I was doing these yesterday, I was kind of thinking in my head if I could possibly adjust my body or stand up against the wall in a different position, not a very different position, but a better position to where I felt like I'm just more stable. So maybe we'll make that adjustment going forward, but I thought we were stable enough and got the same reps as last week, so don't love that. The thing with being on the cut is we are not going to be progressing as frequently, so have to keep that in mind, but have to keep the intensity as high as possible and just continuing on going 110%. And the thing with that is there's going to be days where we might feel a little bit more depleted than others, but we just got to keep the mindset strong, positive attitude going there, enjoy it as much as we always do, and just have fun with it. All right, so reverse curls here, more specifically for the forearms, but also hitting a bit of the biceps as well. But more specifically, the forearms here. I've been doing these for years, ever since I was playing baseball. I'd even do these for baseball, so these really helped build the forearms that I have, but also looking to make them bigger, of course, with everything else. This is bodybuilding, so can never be satisfied with any body part specifically. But yeah, the thing is here, controlling the weight as much as we can. I don't think I was controlling it as best as I could last week, so I want to just focus on controlling the weight better here going forward. All right, so final movement of the workout is going to be our core bias movement. Second time we'll do core for the week. And we're just doing some leg raises or reverse crunches, if you want to call them that, on the flat bench here. aiming to fail within the 15 to 30 rep range. So with this, just going to get more reps this week and want to get closer to the 25-30 mark, back half of the rep range. So yeah, this will do it for today. All in all, pretty good workout. Just a little bit disappointed about the same number of reps for the barbell curls and reverse curls, but it's gonna happen. I mean, we're not gonna progress as frequently as we did on the bulk, and that's something that just kind of might psychologically mess with you. As whenever you get more reps one week, you do more weight. It gives you a bit of satisfaction. But like I said, the thing is, with bodybuilding, you cannot be satisfied at any point. You have to just keep pushing forward and always wanting more. And that's really the part about it. One of the bigger parts about it that I love is just always staying hungry, always wanting to do more, and just that constant drive to be better. So that's a big part of my mindset with this. And, I love this. I love the sport so much. And that's a big reason why is, being as driven as I am and just always wanting to be better. So that'll do it for today's lift. That'll do it for the second week of the fall cut. Again, thank you guys for the support. And I will see you guys on Monday for the third week of the fall cut. We're going to be doing a quad focused leg day. So looking forward to that. So I'll see you guys then. God bless.